I haven't DM'd a game of Dungeons & Dragons myself, but plan to in the future. I can imagine how nervous someone would be doing it for the first time though, and having supportive and patient players would probably be key. Unfortunately for the first time DM in this next story, some of the players decided to go full murder hobo for the first session, and one player decided to call them out. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe as it really does help the channel grow. That said, let's hop right into it. Special thanks to Reddit user Champ Kion for allowing me to narrate their story. A link to their original post will be located in the description. Absolve me of my sins, Father. Tonight, I was the toxic player. Last month, I finished DMing a 50-hour campaign for my group of friends, one of whom had never played before. This new player decided to write and DM his own 5e-based Pokemon campaign and invite the group to join. I like our group, and I haven't played for a while, so I was very excited to make my character, a lawful good Pokemon trainer from a noble bloodline. Last week was Session 0, tonight was Session 1, and despite my best efforts to engage with them, two of the players, who I will call Zeus and Hades, were actively against role-playing, despite the fact they enjoyed role-playing in my campaign, and the other player, who I will call Poseidon, became a murder hobo along with Hades as soon as we began exploring the town. Some examples include attempting to use a gas lead to hypnotize a shopkeeper and steal everything, pickpocket everyone, break into the mayor's house, and write a letter framing me for the break-in, burning down the mayor's desk to intimidate him, fight the town guard when confronted, the list goes on. It's honestly too much to write. I begin to get a little frustrated because as far as I know, this is the DM's first time DMing for a group this size, and I know the pressure of having chaos in Session 1 and not knowing how to contain it. At this point in the night, Hades has cornered himself. He began threatening the mayor, at which point I, a fellow noble of lawful good alignment, alerted the town guard of Hades' actions, which resulted in a standoff. I'm telling Hades if he stops, I can beseech the mayor on his behalf to forgive him, because of my nobility. Hades gives me an ultimatum. If the mayor and I grant him a noble status, he will stop. I tell him I must maintain my integrity, and I cannot do that, to which Hades resorts to name-calling. Cue all the night's frustration frothing out of my lips as I angrily confront him. I was so angry that they were basically destroying everything that this new DM made, and angry that Hades was resorting to name-calling and targeting my character that I lost it. Insults and curses left my mouth before I could stop them, as I confessed that Hades was always the problem player, that every time we played people complained about him. Not just Hades, but Zeus and Poseidon became the targets as well, for treating this town as something disposable and disregarding the efforts of our DM. I ranted for a solid 3 minutes while Hades was completely silent, which angered me even more. Quote, "You resort to name-calling and toxic behavior, but when I call you out, you have nothing to say?" End quote. The more I spoke, the more I realized I was wrong, but I doubled down, until Poseidon and Zeus left and it was just me, Hades, and the DM. Hades confessed he did go too far, and the DM agreed that everyone took it too far for the first session. I began to calm down, but I had already made a fool of myself. And ironically, as mad as I was at the pressure the players were putting on the DM, it was me who ruined the game. I apologized and did not excuse my behavior. Thankfully, they forgave me and agreed to welcome me back next session. I will try to find a better way to deal with my frustrations in the future. Hopefully, you all can absolve me of my sins, or at the very least, not follow in my steps. The two players basically going full chaotic murder hobo for a DM's first time is really a dick move, and OP did the right thing by calling them out on it, though the way he did it could have been better thought out and more calmly done. But I can understand that sometimes frustrations can surface in ways we'd rather them not. Thankfully, everyone apologized for what they did, and it seems like they were able to keep the campaign going. Just goes to show that the key to any RPG group is communication. Just try to make it calm and level-headed. If you have a story you would like to hear narrated, be sure to post it in the comments or on the channel's subreddit r/DnD Doge. I appreciate all of you and hope all of your rolls are natural 20s. Until next time.